Take me out to the back of the shed and shoot me in the back of the head. Take me out to the back of the shed and shoot me in the back of the head. Take me out to the back of the shed and shoot me in the back of the head. Bet you never seen a wreck like this. Yeah, but I'm always doing better than your peers and your So what you trying to say about my wrist? Yeah, I'm old yeller, yelling at the top of my lungs, but I'm always at the top of the I'm like the run litter. I made a deal with God that lets me live to the fullest, but with the company paying to make me bitter. Yo, I stay in the...
So, do any of you have any say on this? You really don't know, or are you just playing plain dumb here? Last night, precisely at 0120 hours, the time of the heist you are suspected of being part of, a male doctor was killed. Tell me your whereabouts during the incident of the murder.
I'm sorry for asking you back, but what do you mean? In the midst of the night, all of us were together, striving on each other's task to accomplish our biggest goal, the money. But if I were to recall back on the night of the tragedy happened, where the brutes, Quella and I, keep on having a tight battle with all of the gods. We even have smacking, jumping and sprinting all around the gods for quite some time. However, we don't see any figure of Samara. According to the master plan, we were supposed to assist her to the vault, but she just took a long time just to be there. That's all. I think I have summed up about my location at the moment. Well, I admit that we are the ones who are on the heist. Nevertheless, we do not even lay a finger on anyone. Killing, don't jump straight into your conclusion. Instead, let me paint a picture for you. Sharp at 1:20, after all of us have successfully sneaked into the Great Rail Mine by Lamia, who has disabled all the security cameras, while Quella and I restrained all of the guards. In doing so, I was struggling with some of the guards that weren't easily giving up. Just without warnings, I quickly grabbed one of the guards and punched him. After that, I swiftly grabbed his neck until he slowly passed out before I continually twisting his neck. After all the chaos and the people, we called them our hostages, have been tied up, all of us began to split. As I was passing the entrance gate and moving to the vault with Samara and Quella, I saw Aerona with an odd figure with her. I would call it as figure of a man having a kind of dispute. I can't distinguish them clearly as both of them were hiding behind a door and were struggling upon something. It is unexpected, but I suspect Aerona was the one who killed the doctor because she should have held Lamia at the moment. Instead of it, she was meeting a guy? For real? For what?
On what? The time of the unfortunate incident, I see. It was a doctor, wasn't it? Do send my wholehearted, sincere condolences to his family. Huh? Rebecca demanded you to take details from me. I thought you were the type to defend your so-called masculinity, to trample all over women. Instead, you took orders from a woman. Oh, what's with that face? I'm just stating the truth. I've gone off track, haven't I? Oh. You've got the right person to suspect, but darling, I will never dirty my hand with someone else's blood. I think the others are more suspicious than me, don't you think? After all, I did see Samara with the doctor. Oh, how like-minded are we to blame each other? They really did a great job on gathering us ladies with the same train of thought to carry out this heist. Well, since the pictures you gave me are blurry, I'll give you in detail what happened during the heist. Okay, so first things first, I was in charge of running and landing from the helicopter on your roof and busting a hole in it. You guys didn't reinforce your roof. How stupid. Next, Quella and Rebecca are the reason why your security guards couldn't do their jobs properly. And then I used Samara's seduction skills to charm your lusty soldiers so that Laverna and Lamia could hoard the cash. Say what you want, think what you will. I've got no role in the murder of the doctor.
What do you mean, officer? Let me think. I think I was minding my own business. I definitely took a sweet time of mine to do my tasks. I have no time to care about others. I work for what I want. It could probably be others, not me. Nuh-uh. Do you really think a sweet girl like me would ever do that? I would never, dear officer. Damn you, officer. I'm really tired of this. Can't I just do something for you so I can get off this case? But I'm sure you want to hear me tell you the story. So here it goes. Right about midnight on January 12, we arrive at the back door of the Royal Mint. Quella and Rebecca, they went to catch the securities because how are we going to enter if they're there? So then Lamia, she turned off all the security cameras and the systems. Then Laverna was busy jamming the back door so we can enter. As we enter, I tied up all the securities and stuff to keep the place clear, and then came Aerona from the roof through a helicopter. So once we are all in there, we started to go in split ways to get our task done. I went straight to the vault, you know where the money was stashed. It wasn't that hard to fight the security. All I had to do was just flirt with him before I teased him. Then I went in with the right combination, and then came Quella and Rebecca to help me out. Put the money in the bags, and then we bring them to the Lord. As we were passing by Dr. Athirah's room, we saw him with a mistress. Ugh, a rich guy's a mistress. But you know, I do not mind it, honey. So then we just carry on bringing the bags to the lorry. Once I was done, I had a chat with the securities. Then I had to wait all my girls to be done with the task. Once we are all done at 1:40 a.m., Aerona, she threw a gas machine towards all the securities. We were supposed to leave, but then because of Aerona was a few minutes late, and then there goes the cops. In short, I am not guilty, I'm pretty.
Never thought I'd be questioned for a murder that I did not commit. Accusing an inventor of murdering with a kitchen knife. Just how dense do they think I am? They should have questioned Quella instead. When we arrived at the Royal Mint of Spain that night, we were at our respective places. I was at the back entrance, prying it open with a hydraulic door blaster that I designed, since the ones you people made would have not done much harm. Once we got in the building, we saw what seemed like a dozen security guards. Knocked most of them with my fist, knees some in their torso. Took less than 10 minutes to clear those men, which was disappointing, considering that they were guarding the National Bank. Then we went separate ways. I went to the money printing room with Lamia. It's smart to place the room on the other end of the bank. What's not smart was poorly guarding it. I mean, there was no artificial intelligence guarding it, just one weak-looking mortal. Funny how someone with so much muscle could not stop two girls from breaking in. He was tasered once and he was gone. Then, after we got in the room, Lamia immediately headed towards the machine and worked her magic. While I was waiting, I saw Quella walk past, which was surprising, considering that she was supposed to be with Samara in the vault on the other end of the bank. So what was she doing here? That has to be at least a little suspicious. She has no purpose of being here, unless of course to fulfill her own personal purpose, killing Dr. Athirah Roman. I couldn't chase after her because Lamia was done working the machine, so we just swooped the money into a few bags and then we fled the scene. 10 minutes after that was when we got caught. And that's it. My whereabouts should be more than enough to confirm to you that I did not do it. I didn't kill this man.
What? Are you suggesting with your tiny brain that I killed him? Are you for real? The only thing that I'm involved in is the heist. I was going back and forth carrying my money to our lorry. Then I saw some sort of silhouette being stabbed there. So that's the doctor, I think. When did you go after Rebecca? She was gone for several minutes during the back and forth. Listen up, old man. I don't have time for this. Unlike you, I'm young. I have many things to do. So let me just cut to the chase. We went to Royal Mint at midnight. The guards were in our way, so me and Rebecca attacked them with our weapons, while Lamia worked her magic by disabling the bank security system. Once the guards were knocked out, we quickly tied them up. Then, we all entered the bank and split into two groups, which are the vaults and the machines. Lamia and Laverna are the tag team, so they went for the machines. I followed Samara to go for the vaults, and we met another bunch of guards. You know, you guys are so annoying with your weak and stupid guards. Even Samara managed to knock all of them down by herself. Anyway, when she had disabled the security and opened the vault, we began to collect our money. We put them in our bag and carried it to our lorry. That's when I saw the silhouette during my back and forth. It was vague, but it seems that someone's being stabbed, so that's the doctor. And I saw another silhouette, a woman, but I don't know who. And I don't really care, because in the end, I only want my money. And that was it. We had done it. Lamia and Laverna's success in busting the machine indicates the end of the plan. Aerona threw the gas bombs over the securities and we made our run. It was the best feeling ever, I'm telling you. I mean, I could finally be rich again. But we were naive and foolish. We miscalculated the timing and we were busted by you guys. Thinking about it again makes me so frustrated. It's unfair how you guys managed to guess when we are professionals. You guys don't believe my story? Of course you don't, because you guys are men and men are trash. Go on. Punish me for the murder that I've never done in my life. Go on.
What were you saying? So we're talking about that night. That was a magnificent night for me. However, if you're suspecting me of killing anyone, trust me, you are so wrong. My hands are clean. I am part of the group, but I was in navigation, hiding some stuff. You know, it is my job to disable all security cameras so my team can do the rest of the job in peace. I already have a handful of things in my hands. I got no time to waste on such a low-scum creature. Besides, so many things happened that night. Everything was moving too fast. Before I even knew it, I was stuck here with you for something that I had no idea of. You might want to check out Aerona. I had no idea about her task that night. Maybe she's wandering around killing anyone. I'm just saying. Alright, please prepare your ears because what I'm going to say now is classified and I'm going to say this only once. So, we're just a bunch of girls specialized in something to work on this heist. That night, we arrived at the bank at 12, if I'm not mistaken. Rebecca and Quella went with me to the security camera because they had to beat up those guards while I disabled all the security cameras and alarms. I had no idea what others were doing though. After that, the girls now can finally sneak in easily and we started our operation. From that point, I'm not really sure about what really happened because we went to separate ways. Laverna and I went to the moneymaker machine and goddamn,
the machine was quite difficult to operate, but hey, you're looking at the top students in Ivy University, so there's no machine that I can understand. Anyway, we took quite some time to deal with the machines. Samara and the groups were busy collecting money while Aerona, what was she doing? Oh yeah, she was dealing with your low life cards. It took us about an hour or so until we got busted. Before we escaped, I think I saw Samara somewhere, and to tell you the truth, she was acting quite suspicious. I had no idea what she was doing, but it doesn't seem straight to me. Then we escaped and thought everything was going smoothly. Little did we know that we were surrounded and eventually got caught. And now, here I am. Tell me, did I say anything about murdering a so-called doctor? No, right? So you had better let me off because the least thing I did was attempting to rob a bank. If you're looking for the murderer, you should check on Aerona because she was alone most of the time. Maybe you can keep an eye on Samara too. She's quite smooth with these criminal acts. I'm totally innocent because I have alibis. Rebecca, Quella, and Laverna.
She's guilty.
She's guilty.
She's guilty.
She's guilty.
She's guilty.
She's guilty.